Just because you're in God's will doesn't mean you'll have a trouble-free life. The disciples are doing exactly what God told them, exactly what Jesus told them to do. And sometimes I think we get this mentality in our mind that if we're doing what God's asked, if we're faithful, if we obey, if we tithe, and we do the checklist, that our life is going to be trouble-free and God will protect us from anything and everything. I want to tell you something, that's not the truth. And how many of you can attest to that? And it's not because God wants our life to be miserable. It has nothing to do with that. It's just life. As a matter of fact, sometimes when we put our hands in the hands of God, sometimes it gets even worse. And then we question that. It's natural. I get it. Boats rocking, water's coming in, it's cold, it's windy, Jesus is fast asleep, they're freaking out. And the very first thing they say is, don't you care? Have you ever felt that way before? You're going through some trial, some trouble, some storm. God appears as if he's not with you, and your very first question is, God, don't you care? Don't you realize what I'm going through right now? My family, my personal life, my finances, my job. God, don't you care? I want to tell you something. You are never alone. You may feel that way, but Jesus is always with you in the boat, in the storm. Jesus can bring calm in the midst of your storm. I love that. Don't you love that? That as the storm's raging and rolling, everything's going on here, the very words that Jesus said is what? Peace, be still. And the winds and the waves obeyed.